thinking about this situation all flipping morning. For sure there's turkeys.
I'm a warrior of the wild. See the fire in my eyes. The ember leaves you terrified. And I'm guided by the light. Every time you knock me down, I will turn it back around. Forged by the revolution's fire.
All right, here we go. Week 4, Mossy Oak Turkey Season 2025. We got some great content coming up, always do. And if you think that's easy, grab your iPhone or your camcorder and go try to do that. That stuff's hard to do. And what a great way to bridge the gap between now and whenever your turkey season opens. So with that said, sit back, get your popcorn, whatever. Week 4 starts right now.
Good morning. It's time to, let me see if I can get this thing to spin. Alright, it's time to give California a try. Slept last night out here on the riverbank, which is pretty flippin' sweet. And getting crap together to get on the water. Ready to rock and roll?
Just about.
Kurt and I have got ourselves in a bind. We get a little bit of sunrise. But me and Kurt have run ashore. So we got to get this heavy joker off the rocks, Kurt. What we got ourselves into? A little bit of a bind.
I think you got a bad captain.
A little bit of a bind. And the glare off the windshield, we couldn't tell which way we was going, and we found this rock sandbar, more or less. So that boat ain't light. I think he said, what'd you say, 1,600 pounds is what that joker weighs?
Uh-huh.
And we're going to inch by inch that thing off of this sucker. So let's get going. As bad as I thought it was going to be.
What's that, mate?
But that wasn't near as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, me too.
When you told me it was a 1,600 pound boat and I saw how far we were up on those gravel bars, I said, we may have to seek professional assistance on this one.
Yes, I love it. Yeah. Okay, you ready to fire in the hole?
Let's do it.
Do we punch it, or do we take our time? We just kind of drip.
Yeah.
Let's see, make a corner here. If I remember where we're at. Yeah, only got one.
All right. We made it a little later than we thought, but we are beached in the spot we intended to be beached. Then we're gonna go up here and see if we can hear turkey. Feet wet from knee down, but we all right. We'll make it. We will make it. I hear turkeys yelping out that way. No goblin just yelping. Should be a road right here. Ain't heard no gobbles. Kurt said he heard a gobble as soon as he come up out of the riverbank, but I haven't heard anything. Them hens were yakking down this way though. But I'm assuming they've all hit the ground now because it's silent, so I don't know my butt from a hole in the ground in this place. Something moving in the bushes. But anyway, pretty. Man, look at this. How pretty is that? We're gonna get on up toward the center of this block of piece of public and kind of work the gut of it out right up the center and see if we can strike a turkey with wet, cold feet. God, yeah, think how that was supposed to start. One lonely 2-year-old turkey makes all the pains in the world go away, though. That's what we need, one lonely 2-year-old turkey. Yeah, spurs about like that, beard about like that. He had a round tail fan, him ain't life on right. Goes to the creek and the property line, and this kind of runs right up the gut, so I'm gonna take this one yelp right here before it moves out. Like I'm stuck out in the wide open, but I guess that's what I gotta do. this T in the road, and I had just hit a tube call. Nothing yelped back at it or nothing, and a hen cackled over my shoulder. Road T's, and she cackled on this one. So I walked out in the T and glassed down the road and saw turkeys coming. Anyways, all this is redundant. 3 hens came out. One of them was like a 10-inch beard. The 3 hens came through, and when they came through, I had 2 jakes come from the way that I came up the road, went right by me. But I still ain't heard a turkey gobble all day. But we're just gonna hit this road. We're gonna walk it, get to moving, yelping, whatever. We got to find us a turkey. Turkey gobble down here. I wonder if it's in the gate. It's always hard to tell with these turkeys, but that sounds like a short gobble to me. Road comes in this way. Road comes in obviously right here, but this is good timber to the left. Some trash in the way, but he could pick his way through it, I'm guessing. Straight down the road. Got him. I've been up this green road right here for probably 300 yards, 400 yards maybe, where I got pinned down by those hens and those jakes for about an hour. Finally got up and got moving again and come down this roadway. The gate's the private. Like I said, we were headed toward the private. There's a road that runs up the edge of the private. We was fixing to head that way. And I got right here just before we broke the private and hit a tube. Turkey gobbled out there, and I thought it was that dang jake, because one of the biggest of those two jakes came this way, and I thought, might be that jake. Obviously you can't take that for, you can't be sure, so we're gonna sit down and make a set. So let me see if I can get out of the sun. So anyways, yeah, it wasn't jake. It was, as a matter of fact, it was very not jakeish. He's got spurs about like that. But anyway, I attempted to set up on that old gnarly tree right there. As you can tell, there's an old canal that juts off. I went and snuck over there because all that bush and vegetation and stuff. Where's it at? Right there for the cover, but it goes off and I couldn't, so I had to come to this tree, which still not bad, and drug that old limb up. I was just trying to give myself some cover because I didn't know if he was going to come through that little lane there, which looks nice, but you can see there's some blowdowns where the road that runs right out through here. And he came straight to me, hit that ledge, hit that edge right there, and then came down and down the road. So there's at one point in time he gobbles him. Nope, he's coming to the left, and I spin the camera. His next gobble, he's 50 more yards more to the right. Nope, he's coming down the road like I thought. And then he walks out there at, I don't know, what is that, maybe 30 yards, gobbling, strutting, completely fooled, and offers himself up. Look at him, y'all. He's a beaut. Big old blonde tipped California Rio. Goblin joker, son. From the moment he heard that call, I think he was coming. I got set up in the nick of time. I was kind of picking trees and all, and he was on the run to us. Thank you, Lord. I needed that one. Not that I don't need all of them, but man, it seems like we're putting forth 3 times the effort for the turkey this year. It's taking a whole lot of effort to pick one up, and man, it may be the ones we're picking up just need a little bit more, it seems like. I don't know. 24 seems to be an uphill battle so far, but we're gonna keep plugging away, keep dragging this camera. These last few springs have been just kind of magical, kind of just silly, the amount of success we found. It seemed like every flipping episode I was cutting, I thought, man, we got another thumbnail with a dead turkey in it. But this spring, a little different. So one thing's for sure, we're gonna be out here. We're gonna be plugging away. We're gonna try not to cry too much and whine too much. I get real bad about crying and whining a little bit, like probably any turkey hunter who ain't mixed. But I'm gonna try to do better. If I can remember how, I'm gonna smoke a cigar. How sweet it is.
Mossy Oak brand camo, the world's most effective and versatile concealment system, has you covered. Only the results of exhausting research by Mossy Oak inventor Toxie Hayes.
I developed Mossy Oak really out of a love for turkey hunting. I've been turkey hunting all my life since I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and I just got real frustrated at turkeys with such a sharp eye being able to see.
His commitment to develop the best camouflage available resulted in the first pattern, which he called Bottomland. That pattern proved so successful at blending a hunter into his surroundings that it literally changed the way America hunted. It was a natural progression to add large leaves of different sizes and natural colors to create full foliage, which correctly emulates the woods in mid to late turkey season and early bow season.
Great patterns, great people, and a commitment to help hunting can only mean bigger and better things ahead for Mossy Oak.
Amazing what a turkey hunter will do, isn't it?
Morning part-timers, it is the opening weekend, the turkey season here in Florida. Got my man Brody over there. This be your first shot at Osceola?
No, sir. I've shot 2 Osceola.
Oh, killed 2 out. Never mind. My man's a big turkey hunter, but he's from Georgia, so I didn't know if he'd been into the Osceola world yet or not. But anyway, we're about to get after him. It's 6:20, so we got a little bit of time. We're gonna sneak in a little spot. We've been listening to him. Brody, you ready?
I'm ready, buddy.
My man says he's ready to go. We're gonna get situated and get after him. Y'all stay tuned.
Part-timers, from a hunting standpoint, applies to everybody. Whether you're a deer hunter, duck hunter, elk hunter, turkey hunter, nobody gets to do it full-time. I mean, we would love to, but we can't.
that bird. At first I thought it was gonna come down that road, but now it looked like it sounded like a straight by an empty field. That's a good looking decoys. Yeah, those angel ones, man, they look real.
Great time.
Yeah, so Brody and I set up this morning. Thought we had some birds in here, and anyway, they ended up gobbling. Came up pretty close that first time. I thought, man, we both of us like, man, I hear him spitting right there, but it never came in for whatever reason. Yep. And it kind of moved back, and he came in. What you think, Brody?
I seen him slipping in there, boy. I said, uh-oh. That's it right there.
Brody saw him first. I said, man, I can see him coming. I was like, man, where's he? He's like, he's coming from the left. I can finally see him.
Brody with the red head, boy. Man, that was awesome, man. We still got birds over here gobbling, man. They are on fire this morning.
Yeah. They jumped on him for a while. That's what I'm talking about, them Mossy Oak, them old broken wings, right?
Strutting it up, boy.
Yeah, all them bands are gone. Yes, sir. Well, congratulations, bro.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much.
I sure enjoyed sharing the blind with you.
Yes, sir.
It's always fun to go with somebody, get to meet them and all that.
Absolutely, man.
Yep. Especially when you knew what you were doing, right? I got to run the camera, which was just fun.
I hear you.
Man, so we're gonna load this thing back up and go put him on the bragging pole back at the lodge.
You're docked. Get your head down on the gun. Put it on his head. Pull the trigger. You got him, son. Go get him.
Things, when you're a kid, they imprint on you. I don't know why. I mean, I grew up on a farm, and then, you know, here comes along my hero, my dad, and he's the master woodsman. But there's something that was just so overwhelming, my very first experience with the wild turkey. And the sound of a gobble ringing across that, you know, the bottomland hardwoods of the Alabama River swamp. It's such a shock and awe when you love nature that much. I had no idea what to expect. And then you lay your hands on one and every color in the rainbow coming off of them. I mean, it's just like one of those things. It's like, bam, I'm touched for life. If you do it for long enough, you'll learn and let life teach you. It's not shooting one that's what I love the most. It is not. It is just having them. It is just hearing them and seeing them. But there's something almost intangible about how special that particular animal is to me and now to our whole family. I'm not so sure part of all the gifts that we've been bestowed through Mossy Oak have a lot to do with that. It's definitely the center of the bullseye for the brand and for our life outdoors. I'm Toxie Hayes, and I'm a turkey hunter.
When we get some company, I'll shoot.
All right, feeling.
Can't. That stinks in the way.
Well, friendships are formed in a lot of different places. On this episode of Dead End Game Calls TV, we're hunting with the Webb family, David Webb and his two sons, Luke and Levi. Now, our friendship was born not in the turkey woods, but on a baseball field, on the diamond. My son, Mason, and David's son, Levi, played travel baseball together. But not only did they have the love of baseball, but they also love hunting. So we take off and we're trying to get Luke and Levi a turkey around my home turf in the state of North Carolina. All right, it's opening day here in North Carolina. Youth Day. It's rainy, wind gust up to 40 to 60 miles an hour, I believe is what they're saying at this point. But you can't kill them sitting at the house. So we've met up here at the shop. We got Mr. Jeremy. You can see him through the seat right there. There he is. We got Mr. Jeremy back there, Mr. David, Mr. Luke, Mason, and Levi. We got a whole pile of us in here. I mean, what are we thinking? My gracious. 60-mile-an-hour winds, raining, and we're going turkey hunting. You can't kill them sitting at the house, though, can you?
Nope, can't kill them sitting at the house. We're going to go give it a whirl.
The season's up and we're going.
That's it. That is it. We're going to have Luke on the gun first and Levi on the gun first. I think we're a little crazy. That's all right. We're going to have fun. Hey, let's start off season right here in North Carolina. David, lead us off in prayer, buddy.
Dear Heavenly Father, like, thank you for this day, Lord. Thank you for all you many lives and blessings, Lord. Lord, just thank you for the rain that you've given us this morning, Lord. Lord, just ask you to be with us as we go out through this turkey hunt this morning, Lord. Just keep us all safe, Lord. And, Lord, let's help us enjoy your creation, Lord, that you put up on this earth for us to enjoy, Lord. All these things we ask in your sweet and holy name. Amen.
Amen. I don't know if you noticed or not, but David's got the same problem I got. There ain't no hair up there.
That's they have to worry about.
That's right. All right, we're going to roll out. Be good. See if we can get on head to Jeremy's farm, family farm. We'll see if we can put a couple long beards down the dead end road. We're out. man, I have got my work cut out for me. It's a game of cat and mouse. I go down the hill, I call. I come up the hill, I call. And every time I do that, it seems like that turkey's getting closer and closer. But man, the sound is just absolutely playing with me because of him being on another mountain ridge.
There he is. Wait, he comes on down there. To your right. Wait, there he goes down there. See him right there? Yeah. You ready? Wait. Get on him. Get on him. You want to take him right there? Get on him. You want to take him? Do what? Kill him, yeah. Wait till he sticks his head back up. Wait till he sticks his head back up. Right there. There. Get him.
Got him!
Got him!
Got a boy! Leave up!
Woohoo!
Got a boy!
Hold on. I got it.
Yeah!
That a boy! That a boy! Woohoo!
Yes!
Oh!
Yes!
That was awesome.
Oh,
Hey.
man.
Told you don't doubt that youngin's ears. No, I know it.
Yeah.
He said, I hear him drumming, Dad. I hear him drumming. Jeremy said, huh? And I was like, don't doubt him. Don't doubt him. So that dude come from a long way.
Long ways, man. He was all the way over there on that ridge. I don't know if you can see it or not. But gee whiz.
Levi's your first turkey, ain't it, buddy? Okay.
Look at that.
I'm talking beautiful turkey, too, boys.
Luke, you got your phone out my way over yonder somewhere.
Mine's up there in the truck. Well, now that we got Levi a bird, I've got to get Luke on a turkey. We run by one of my spots. Sure enough, there's a gobbler in the field. So we make preparations, we make plans, and we see if we can't get on this turkey. But let me tell you something about this hunt. I don't think that a turkey could possibly, I mean at all, no way, no how, take a full load of Apex ammunition right up square upside the beak than this turkey does right here. We're actually watching a birds drove from the road in a field where we've got permission in the past to hunt. So we've tried to knock on the door. Sweet lady gave us permission to hunt again. So that's what we're doing. The gobbler's no longer in the field by the time we were able to get permission. But Surely he's not far. We got Big Luke right there behind the gun today. We've climbed the mountain ridge. We're getting ready to set up. See if we can make this happen. Never know till you try. May happen fast, who knows? He's behind us.
I hear him.
Go ahead and turn just a little bit so you can shoot up this hill if you have to. Real easy.
Straight in front. Okay. Coming towards. Do I need to be facing top of the hill? Coming straight towards us?
Yeah, he's on top of the hill.
Okay.
I'm looking at him.
Unless you on your camera, I can't see you. Stumps in my way. Oh.
Just don't move. He can't see the decoys.
I see him now.
Can you?
Yeah.
He's on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, I see him. He's going up behind us.
Mm-hmm. I was still sitting where I was sitting. You could have killed him.
Here we go. Hold on. Here he comes.
Oh, he sees the decoys.
When he gets in front of me, I'm shooting.
They come through the fence.
Yeah, I see him. When he gets above me, I'll shoot.
All right, kill him.
I can't. That stump's in the way.
Oh, shoot. You see him?
Nope. He's behind the stump. Once he gets out in front, I can't.
He's coming. You see him yet?
Nope.
Don't shoot my foot.
Okay. If you can roll it, roll it.
Huh?
If you can roll your foot, roll it.
I'll move it just a second. Just...
You not see him yet?
No.
You still can't see him? He's coming. He's coming right at you.
Got him.
Kill him. Oh yeah! How did he not get him? Look! Hey!
Blew his head off!
What in the world, guy?
Animal Bobby!
You got a show, boy!
Got it!
What a
I couldn't see him. He was behind this stump forever. You should have seen the way I was contorted right there.
How many brothers?
I'm talking about gobbling in your face. He gobbled in our face.
He told me.
I told the boys, I said, just sit still. I said, he's on top of it.
Springs back unless I just did it and didn't realize it.
I'm sitting. Look at this. See that rock in that camera? That's my only backdrop. And they wasn't but nothing but between us and that bird and air, but air and opportunity. That's it. And when he stepped out right there, I was like, surely you can kill him now. He's 10 foot from you.
I couldn't see him for the longest time because that stump out there.
Oh.
I said, here we go. He said, take it.
Oh, yeah, pretty bird.
Those are big spoons.
Pretty bird. Outstanding day right here, boys. Soaking rain, get ready to pour. It's getting ready to pour.
Well, on Luke's hunt, the only place that I had to hide in this entire field was a big rock. So I leaned up against that rock and prayed for the best outcome, hoping that turkey wouldn't see me as he was coming down the cow pasture. Was good Lord to see fit, he didn't. And Luke was able to harvest that bird. But here's the deal. I began thinking about that rock. And the Bible tells us that the Lord is our rock. He is certainly a sure foundation. No matter the storms of life that rage against you, no matter the troubles and the trials that we go through, no matter the test that we have, know today that the Lord is your rock. Always remember, you can't have a testimony without first having a test.
But he ran right to the decoy and stopped. So Cameron looks at me and I put the safety. I was like, get on him.
Now we get to eat.
He's gonna taste good, isn't he? Oh God. Good morning, Cam. You ready to do some hunting? I heard your truck from the highway. Golly.
Think the turkeys will hear it? Hey,
I think so.
Let's go kill a turkey.
Let's do it. Heck
Let's
yeah.
do it. Woo.
I got some stuff to grab.
All right.
Little 1P energy, first farm energy. I'm tired. Running about 4 hours of sleep, and this is the first swig of the day. Not here early enough for these. Be prepared. All right, opening day of the Missouri youth season. We're running a little bit late. It's a little after 7:08, but we had a couple-hour drive. So we're gonna hit the locator call before we move any further into my property, and hopefully
they are where I think they're going to be, and it'll give us a chance to go set up the blind real quick. If not, we may have to scurry and scramble, but we'll see. So we're running a little bit late, but we're going to get after it. Not a great sign. Piece. That's, yeah, up top.
You think they're in your corner up there?
That's what I'm thinking, in that corner up there. Let's get a little bit closer with the buggy, and then we'll make a game plan from there. You heard that? The trick is not scaring them. They're really close. With the locator call, we heard them gobble up here in the corner of my property. We just popped out the muddy Mossy Oak blind, and we're gonna put out a couple decoys on this hump here so they could see it. Once we get settled, I'll start calling a little bit. They're firing, but I do know there's a set of jakes in here, so it could be the jakes, or there's one or two longbeards, so we'll see. Getting one to respond every once in a while. Sounds like they are moving on. If you look at DeerCast maps, there's a big field over here that I think they're probably heading to, because I got a lot of pictures mid-afternoon of them kind of coming back this way. So I think we missed them off the roost, which we knew that would happen. Based on us being late, hopefully we'll be able to turn one and bring them back over. Hopefully we can get one for the final time, right, bud? You're reading it. Oh. I got up at 3:30. It's almost 8:30. It's like lunchtime.
What for you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You gotta kill one.
You're scaring them off. Your girl call.
That's when they gobbled. That's the only thing they liked that I've done.
Yeah, except they fought all the way over there.
That's all right.
And now we're just gonna sit here until they come back.
We're not gonna sit here much longer. I'll tell you that.
Let's stay till 8:30.
8:30? We'll stay a little bit longer. I've been burned by moving too quick.
8:45.
Maybe
Okay, so there's a certain way you gotta hold it. Take care of this end, and you don't want to hold it flat. You want to hold it like that, so the sound gets out of this part right here. Okay. So. He's knocking on the door. He wants in. Pretty good, bud.
Yeah, good job, Ken.
Okay, so as soon as we were getting ready to pack up and leave, I hit the crow call. Nothing. And then a little bit later, several fired off. They're directly behind us on this easement road. So we're gonna. Are they getting closer?
Sounds like it.
Okay.
Maybe not closer, but they're getting behind.
Yeah. They're close. Yeah. They're really close. All right, they're coming down this road. So hopefully they'll keep coming. That's what they're doing right now. They're maybe 100, 150 yards No, closer. Closer than that. 100. Less than 100. They're gonna walk right by the blind. We'll let them get past the blind and go a little further up there so that it's easier for you to shoot, okay? Because it's gonna be hard to shoot one up there right here. Okay. Yeah, they're past it. Yeah. And I'm looking back to see if I can see him to give us a heads up, okay? The good thing is they're so hot, they're letting us know where they're at. They're getting a little closer, a little closer. They are red hot right behind us.
Oh my God.
You did it.
Damn. Good job, buddy.
What do you think of that, man?
Goodness.
That was fun.
Oh my goodness.
What the heck just happened?
I'm so proud of you, buddy. I wasn't even gonna mess with trying to get him to gobble or anything. I was like, kill.
What the heck? That is awesome.
He is dead. Now we can eat him.
Permit notched. Checked it. Boom. My man. I am so proud of you. Give me a hug, bud.
Papa Terry can see a picture.
Yeah, let's take a picture and send it to Papa Terry. His exact words were, he said, hell yeah, that's awesome. All right, the 2024 Missouri youth season has started and it has now ended for us. Cameron, you made a great shot, buddy. I think the tactic here was exhibiting patience, which can be tough sometimes during turkey season because you like to run and gun. But when you have a youth hunter, it kind of forces you to slow down and just sit and wait. And that's not the worst thing in the world. He saw the Avian X HDR decoy and he ran right to it. And then you pulled the trigger and he dropped in his tracks.
Right away.
Right away.
I feel like last year it took a bit longer.
It did take a bit longer because the turkeys last year were going in circles and we couldn't get a good shot. This time it was just one. It made it a lot easier for you, huh? I tell you what, buddy, you're becoming a great hunter and you put a great shot with that 410. I'm so proud of you. Boom.
This segment of DoD TV is brought to you by MOTV, the exclusive digital home for all DoD Outdoor Channel shows. We're adding new videos every week, so make sure to click that subscribe button and check out all of our amazing content. This episode of DoD TV is brought to you by Hunter Specialties.
1994 was when I first implemented the Camp Compass structure. It was the first time that I was able to grab students from my class and from some other teachers' classrooms and to be able to do what I felt was necessary with them to kind of broaden their horizons.
Yeah, nice shot.
But it's a process that takes years, and we're not gonna turn out 1 million kids. I could care less about turning out 1 million kids, but I can tell you what we're gonna turn out is gonna be quality. Wanna pick a lucky one?
It makes him eager to learn more and to concentrate in school because he has to have good grades in order to be here. And that's kind of like if he wants to go on a trip, I mean, that's the first time he's been out of Pennsylvania, besides with me, you know. And he had a great time. He did nothing but talk about it for days and days and days on end. So I think it's a positive thing that the Camp Compass program allows these kids to express themselves in different formats rather than just doing stuff locally. On the level of going to other states as far as he went, it's a fine motive for him to get academically sound in order to qualify to go to these trips.
It keeps a lot of us out of the streets and away from any bad things that happen around our neighborhood or even things that happen in school. If we get things like Camp Compass, to get Mr. Pinhoti in our life, you know, besides our parents helping us, Mr. Pinhoti pushes us through.
Just think about this. Kids, guns, inner city, hunting. Those are 4 words that just go, you know, they don't make any sense. You know, we've been able to make those words into a common phrase, you know, and that's just Camp Compass.
Mr. Pinhoti came up to me in school one day and he said, "Gomez, guess what?" I said, "What?" And he was like, "Well, you're gonna go to Kansas for a turkey hunt." I started jumping up and down, I was happy. And I was like, "Who's going with?" And he said, "Michael Bermudez."
Mr. Pinhoti called me and he told me there was a big hunt and he wanted me to go on it. And he showed me on the computer. And then the next morning, he showed me the lodge and stuff.
He told us like a month and a half before, so I was like, when are we gonna go, when are we gonna go? Because I was so excited, and he said, in April, and I was like, that long, I can't wait. And then we had a shooting practice, and I did pretty good, and Michael did pretty good, and then the day finally came, and we got packed up, and we got ready to leave.
So when you go home, you will be a turkey professional.
That's right.
Okay, so
mostly we go in and just put them to bed, and then tomorrow morning we'll know right where they're at.
when I think about Alex Gomez, why did Alex climb the ladder? Alex Gomez learned how to play the game, and Alex Gomez learned how to play the game well. Everything from yes, no, please, thank you, to turning in these field reports. Alex Gomez set a new standard at the Academy for field reports. And for those of you that don't know what field reports are required writings, required documentation of a child's trip. So there's some English involved here, there's some social studies involved, and students have to actually write stories about their experiences.
I met Mr. Pinhoti's expectations when I first met him. You know, I was one of the first ones that did the best field reports. I mean, I did cover page, I did typing.
Typically, we were getting stories on notebook paper. And one day, this type report showed up with pictures in it. And my staff of volunteers looked at it and we thought, ooh, looky here, it's somebody that's stepping up, somebody that's turning up the heat on everybody else. And Gomez consistently did that. He consistently worked harder and consistently set the bar higher for our kids. Gomez made our academy better. That's why he got to go.
Here you go.
When I got into camp, I really didn't know him a lot. He was just like a teacher. But once you know Mr. Noni, he's a great guy. He always gets you happy. He's never down. He always makes you really happy. And when he said that going to Kansas, I was like, I'm really glad because, you know Mr. Noni is like your right-hand man. He's like the best. He's always on your back. He's always with you. You know, he just makes you feel good. And I wouldn't have went to Kansas if I didn't feel safe with him. When we were in Kansas, I felt good. I felt like if anything would go wrong, he would protect me. So I really felt glad that I got to go with Mr. Noni. A little while, we were still calling them, no one really yelling back. So, you know, we seen a couple to my left side up a hill, but they wouldn't come down a lot at all. They weren't close enough to us. They weren't really gobbling back at all as much. And so we thought there were kind of some hens there that really hooked them. So then we pretty much started to pack up. We started yelling away, yakking away. Then all of a sudden, the owner says, "Be quiet, there's a bunch of turkeys over there." So I start shaking. I was like, oh my God, this might be the one.
Wait, put your head down. Slowly, don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Okay, slowly bring your gun up.
I had the gun up, not really, because I was getting ready to pack up. I was ready to go back. So while we were talking, it was just all of a sudden, it was unpredictable. A couple just came. They were so quiet, we really didn't think anything was coming. It started getting dark. Then all of a sudden, there comes some turkeys.
Don't move. The middle bird.
Mr. Noni was confusing me. He was like, to the left, to the right, to the left. It just puffed up. I was like, which one?
Can you turn? Don't move.
And boy, all of a sudden, there they were. They were 20 yards from the decoys, all strutted out, 3 of them standing there. And how they let Alex get turned around, get settled.
One in the middle. You see him? Inside your safety. Just moved over to the left. The one on the left. Ready? Get ready. The one on the left. The one on the left. You have him. Go ahead. Yeah. Good job.
Finally, I didn't even use the gun rest. Put it on my knee. Bam. Went up in the air. All the rest ran. And it was so exciting. I got an Eastern turkey.
Who would ever think Allentown to Kansas, working academy? You know what I mean?
And only second time going on a plane.
And only second time going on a plane. Well, we're proud of you, man. We are proud of you. It takes these kind of experiences. We all know as sportsmen what these experiences do for us. That's why we give it to a kid who's living where he's living. You know, or the kid who's working as hard as he's working, because we want them to take those experiences away and say, wow, this grew me. I learned something from it. I can apply this in real life.
Hugged each other, and I was smiling. I couldn't stop smiling, and we went out, and I was like, finally, I got what I wanted. I was so happy, and whew, it was breathtaking.
I was going to second period, and Mr. Noni called me, and he told me there was a big hunt, and he wanted me to go on it. and he showed me on the computer. And then the next morning, he showed me the lodge and stuff, and he told me to go home and tell my parents.
He came home one day with a packet for an invite to join the camp. We were kind of hesitant because of the fact that it had to do with hunting and guns and all that stuff. And we discussed it, and he sounded like he was interested, and myself and my husband, we decided to give it a shot, see how it was at first.
Not everybody gets to do a lot of stuff like this.
I'm glad I did. I know for a fact that the kids are safe, that they are teaching them the right way to handle guns and other equipment. I know for a fact that Michael knows what he's doing.
Hey, Mike, okay, what we're gonna do here is it's kind of a miserable day, and we're going to, it's kind of drizzling, the wind's blowing. Are you cold? Okay, we're gonna get in. There's this bottom right down here, and they'll come up from the bottom. Hopefully we can get something to move. I don't know if they'll hang up because the weather's pretty bad.
Well, when we got out to where we were going to set up, I think Michael, just as a whole, right off the bat was a little overwhelmed. He was real quiet and shy, and as we got to talking to him and kidding around with him, he started opening up more.
First, when we flew up there, we got there at like 1 o'clock, went to sleep, and we got up, it was raining. And when we got out there, we didn't see anything. We started calling. Then we started hearing them.
It kind of played off like I thought it would. As far as the jakes coming up out of the draw and crossing the field. And for the weather conditions, we did get to see quite a few birds. You know, we had jakes come in the decoys, and he got to see a lot.
So we kept waiting and waiting, and it got colder, so we stopped and went back to the lodge and got something to eat.
Okay, hey, I think we're gonna head back to the lodge. It's about breakfast time, and so what we'll do is, you cold?
A little bit.
What we'll do is go back and get warmed up, eat some breakfast. It was a pretty good morning. At least, you know, in this rain, we got to see them jakes come in like that. Hopefully the weather will clear up, get real nice this afternoon, and we'll get out there and get after it again, okay? But we'll get a little packed up here and get back to the lodge and eat some breakfast. How's that sound?
Good.
I think just to watch his face and putting it all together, it's a lot different than sitting in a classroom environment and all of a sudden I'm out here, I'm really doing it, and this is what it's all about. I think it meant the world to him.
Now right down here, right around the corner down here, about 40 yards, is where we're gonna set up in this spot. Now see this ridge top over here?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta really watch this ridge top, and all down through there, there's a great big draw. But again, they'll come down in here to roost at night, okay? Also, you gotta watch coming from around this corner, because they'll come right across there. Because over here, there's also a food plot over here, okay? So you really have to, it's kind of a tough place to hunt, but it really, you get a lot of action and there's a lot of turkeys in here, okay? Okay, you ready? Let's get set up. Okay, Mike, what we're gonna do is set up in here. This looks like a real good place. We're gonna put you, what we'll do is we'll put you up against this tree. I just wanna make sure you can see the area real good. The afternoon hunt was a lot better hunt than the morning because, of course, the weather. And basically the way we set up was the exact opposite of what we set up in the morning. We were calling up out of the draw. We are actually roosting them. And so we were sitting in the draw, coming from a wheat field down to us. Where we were located at, they had a tendency to get right on top of us before, you know, Michael had a chance to see him. Okay, Mike, your gun's loaded, right? Decoys are out. I'm gonna put this mask on. And what we're gonna do is get this party started. Mike, we got birds coming in from the left. Just get ready, take your time. We got 2 Jakes. The second Jake, he's strutting a little bit. He's trying to strut, he's just a young bird. Now if you want him, it's your shot, okay? But let him come in. Just nice and easy. Easy, just take your time. Take your time. Okay, get ready. Okay, pull your gun up. Wait till he turns and looks there. Right there.
What was the most amazing thing, when Scott, from Midwest Outfitters closed the whole operation down for us. I mean, you don't think that made our kids feel important? You don't think that made this kid feel important? And when you look at somebody saying, you know what, I'm gonna stick the financial aspect aside, and we're going to work on the quality of life. I can tell you what, I think Scott's life has been changed too. I think Scott's got a little bit of the fever now. In fact, Scott handed us an open invitation. And if I had wings, I'd fly back, every year to do it with our kids, because I know Scott has that kind of quality, and that kind of compassion. Dan has that kind of compassion. And for me to have somebody say, look, this is ours, we're giving it to you. We trust you, John. Let us know what we need to do to get this accomplished. I mean, that's the most humbling thing in the world, because when you talk about a professional hunter, that's as close to a professional hunter as you get. Scott and Dan are as close to professional hunters as there will ever be. And for them to say, you know what? You're a professional with kids, John, and that's what's coming first. Let's tag team these turkeys and let's get it done. And the end result was 2 turkeys. And the coyote. So when you think about it, for those men to give of themselves, not of their pocketbook, but to give of themselves, that's the statement.
All right, what do you think? Right here in the middle of week 4 of Mossy Oak Turkey Season 2025. Here's a little tip for you. It took me a long time to learn this. Nobody gets more fired up at the opening of a season than a turkey hunter, especially a new turkey hunter. Now, here's a tip from an old guy. Don't start and get excited too fast. Whether you're scouting, whether it's opening day, slow down. Some of the best guys I know They never go in the woods before the season opens. They're listening from the road, easing around, listening from the road, taking mental notes. The last thing you want to do is charge up in there blowing your owl, hooter, your crow call, and move them turkeys. They're going to hear enough of that when the season starts. So slow down, do your scouting from afar, and try to be a little less excited. Now, back to week 4, Mossy Oak Turkey Season 2025.
That was awesome.
Kentucky's been one that have been looking for since February. A good buddy of ours, Gabe Baker, he invited us out to his farm to turkey hunt, and man, it was everything I thought it would be and more. It was absolutely beautiful. Kentucky is one of the prettier states I've been to, and it did not let me down. You know, I've been looking forward to it for months on months and months, and you know, he kind of hyped it up, you know, saying it was great. And you know, you hear a lot about turkey hunts, you know, places eat up with turkeys, this, that, and the other, but Gabe was sure enough, he was not lying. You know, we pulled up and I thought we was gonna be kicking turkeys out of the driveway, you know, just by pulling down the gravel road, seeing where we was gonna be staying. It was, I mean, shoot, there could have been one roosted right there by the house for all I knew. So big shout out to Gabe for having us out and letting us kind of run around and mess with his turkeys for a few days, because it was everything I hoped it would be.
Just kind of looking forward to this weekend for about 3 months now. Been planning this trip with some of the guys from Shin and Rolling Thunder. It's kind of a thank you to what they do for me and for Ducks Unlimited down in West Tennessee and across the nation as a whole. I mean, from making calls and us selling them at events, and from all the Shin gear, all the pairs of waders that we've had. I invited a bunch of guys out and just been looking forward to it.
So day 2 rolled around, and it was kind of one of the mornings where we'd hunted real hard Saturday, and I woke up and Gabe asked if I wanted to go with Dylan to another place. I was like, you know, I'm just gonna rock out the place that I started out with here with you. You know, this place is beautiful. I know that we're gonna run across a hot turkey here if we just keep hunting on them. So we get up and go down to the same field we'd been hunting on. We'd heard birds, you know, roosted all around it in the weekend, you know, in the evening times by the cabin. And we sit down, and sure enough, a hen pitches down in the field to our left, and she mills around, and she's, you know, making racket and kind of just sitting there real quiet, waiting. Maybe, you know, a gobbler come down, see what's going on. I mean, they can come from anywhere. I mean, you know, across the creek, look like there could be a turkey coming. Down the field, there could be a turkey coming. So we're just anticipating something. And she kind of goes, mills around, does her own thing, and we get up and decide to go make a move. And sure enough, run into another hen. We get another hen fired up. Well, we sit down, and I mean, God, it was 15, 20 minutes. She walked around just clucking, purring, stood in Gabe's face, I mean, 5 yards away from him, and sure enough, she flew back across the creek that she came from, and we decided, well, if she made all that racket, if we've had all that racket and no gobblers who came and checked us out, let's just go ahead and move on up to camp, get some cell service, and talk to the other guys, see what's going on. And
ended up moving, had a bird strike up, come up to the mouth of the bottom down here and set up again, struck out. Had a hen come in real close, got some really good pictures and footage of her. She was probably at 6 or 8 yards. And we came up to get service to check on some of our group. When we did, we got news that one of the guys heard a bird north of the cabin. So we packed up and set out foot. And we tracked around the other side of the property, got on the north end and started calling. He ended up responding, so we made a move and got set up in the woods.
Gabe actually went up and left me and Gert to kind of just sit in the woods, see what was going on, see if we just heard a long gobble, you know, and crazier things have happened. And we weren't sitting for 10 or 15 minutes, and he said, hey, there's a bird gobbling, we can hear it from the camp. You've got to get up here, so go. We're in go mode. We strike out towards this bird, get set up where we was gonna, you know, try to call down to, and he's way up on top of this hill in a field, just best I could tell, probably just walking back and forth. I mean, the gobbles were very faint. It was windy, blowing in all directions, and the way he was walking, you couldn't really tell which way it was coming from and whether he was coming, going, what he was doing, but he was fired up. And we stand up, and right as soon as we're trying to figure out how we're gonna go get up to this bird, I mean, what we thought was just one bird, you know, just blew our hats off right down below us in a little bowl. And me and Gert looked at each other, our eyes were pool balls, and we're like, no, we're sitting down right here. We're gonna make it happen. So that's what we did.
Oh! Double baby! Double baby!
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't know that there was two. Oh my God, my bad. I nearly messed that whole operation up.
Oh man.
God almighty.
Can you believe it?
Cats by 90, huh?
Cats by 90, baby. The bluegrass.
From the angle that I had, I thought that I made a bad shot because I laid the hammer down and I seen a black blob go straight up and to the right. So, I mean, as quick as I could, I jump up and sling a shell out, and I've got another one in, and see that turkey, and I hear bang. Come to find out, it was 2 birds. So it was the best surprise, you know, in the turkey woods I'd had yet. So it was awesome being able to double Gabe, you know, really grinding it out. It was really special, and I'm super thankful to Gabe, and I'm glad that we could share that hunt together.
It's like I was told Riley earlier, to be able to add him to a list of birds I've seen die.
That way?
Just any way. I've got an ongoing list on my phone, and I just keep track of the number of birds I've seen or been a part of. And to be able to add his name to my list, but to add it to the list of birds I've killed as well, it just makes it that much more special. Like I've got 2 doubles on that list now, and it's unreal. Like I said, I just wish it, I don't know, it could keep going.
Woods calmed down, and, you know, the first thing I could say, you know, knew we were in Kentucky. I was just waiting to say, you know, cats by 90, baby. Cats by 90. That was one of the first things I could get out of my mouth. And big shout out to Gabe for having everybody. I know it was a lot on him and all the guys with him, you know, Kyle Jackson, Kyle Beard, Dylan Gibson, Isaac Hardesty, you know, shout out to all those guys because they hunted their tails off, you know, to get us all turkeys. So really appreciative of those guys, and they had a lot of pretty property, you know, to take us on, and can't thank them enough. And hopefully Camp Greenleaf can continue on.
Can't thank you guys enough for believing in me and having faith to drive all the way up here, because I'm sure at one point over the weekend everybody thought this was a wild goose chase. But you know, the sun popped out and the birds turned on, and it's great. So,
and I always said, you know, it's truly amazing the places that the turkey can take you and the people that you'll meet, but it's wild, you know, whenever you're actually getting to go and do it and meet the people yourself, you know, and you're actually experiencing it. It is, it's almost, you know, breathtaking, especially Kentucky. You know, going to Minnesota last year, killing a turkey, striking out in Wisconsin, you know, striking out several times in Alabama back home. You know, just being fortunate enough to go up to Kentucky and get it done quick like that, that was, doesn't happen often, and you know, places that you get to go and do that, it's real special. So I'm very thankful for it, and couldn't have been around a better group of people to go and do that with. So that's something I'll always remember for the rest of my life.
All right, here's the deal. We in Tennessee, and on a good buddy's property, and he let me bring my cousin Wayne up here, the Honorable Judge Wayne Smith, and we also got a land guide and another turkey hunter, Bart Adams. Bart's a county prosecutor up here in this world, and Wayne's a judge. They got a lot to talk about, but Wayne's a couple of years younger than me. We grew up together. He's a big-time turkey hunter and follows me, and we talk. Oh, it's the first time we've ever been hunting together, which is shame on me, but anyway, we're gonna hunt till we get a turkey. It rained bad last night about 3 in the morning, so it's gonna take a while, but we about to get this going. Bart, you done killed a turkey with me, so
Fun times.
it's possible. Wayne, I told him we ain't never hunted together. I
Never.
We ain't hunted together.
Never. That's right.
That's weird.
That's very weird.
We about to fix that.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm hunting that way to get something going.
Well, I was just looking at that footage of the hunt with Cousin Wayne and Bart Adams from this past weekend. And I didn't think I had very much, but I got more than I thought. But I got to thinking there's a good lesson in there. So I'm gonna try to go ahead and show it. But first off, it rained that whole night off and on, and it was dreary. As a matter of fact, it started drizzling as soon as we sat down. But what happened is we eased down, listening to owl, and Wayne was owl hooting. I didn't know he had an owl hoot that good with his voice. But anyway, we got down to this big field, and it's surrounded on both sides, giant ridges. It's up in Tennessee. So we got all the way through the field up on the right-hand side and got up in under some trees so we could kind of dodge the mist and rain, and said, we'll just listen. We're going to wait and let the morning wake up.
Well, it's 7:15, and we ain't heard nothing. Didn't think we would. It come a big storm last night. It's wet, dripping. So we're going to just sit down and see if we get any sunshine, let everything dry out. We're in a pretty good spot where we could hear something. We're going to keep an eye on this field. There's a logging road goes up this ridge, so good a place as any to set up and just listen.
I sat there, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes, and I hit the tube go way off to the right. I pulled my Owens up and zoomed down, and to the right, the field ended in some thick brush, and there was a ditch, creek ditch over there, and then it went kind of way up. And I was like, there ain't no way those turkeys are coming. But I thought it was just one. Well, the whole time I was filming, I thought it was just one. But anyway, I realized, I told them, I said, y'all go sit down by the field so you can see. I'll stay up here. I thought I could see pretty good, and I'll just film from above you. Well, them two guys are turkey thugs. They didn't need me calling by any stretch, but everybody realized without seeing anything, with me being up on that hill behind all them leaves, them turkeys couldn't see up in there. And if they got down by the field, which they did and yelped, then the turkeys would come out and see immediately there's nothing there. So I did the calling. And I'd cluck and purr and yelp on the slate and yelp on the mouth call. Anyway, they started coming. And it did not take long. And once everybody realized they didn't need to yelp and it was going to happen, I was like, man, I should move down there where I could see better. But I was like, no, I didn't know if they could see up in there at all, but I felt like I needed to stay put. And that's exactly what happened. I managed to kind of peek through the leaves and get some stuff, and actually got the impact. It's in the bottom right-hand corner, but it was the coolest thing. And we have just done a podcast on A Fistful of Dirt about what makes a good gobbling day. And 46 degrees, drizzling rain was never in the equation. And one of these turkeys gobbled the whole way in. So lesson learned, you just never know. There are no absolutes.
Whoa!
Well, I think they both got one. I couldn't see it, too many leaves.
You see that one little limb right there? That had me blocked. I had to clear it. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's a little juicy deal. Yeah, I put my hand in it and ran over there. I got it cleaned off. Look yonder, look at yonder. What is this? This is great. Look here.
Rainy day.
Look at that. And he is a curve more up. Look how curved them are.
That ain't no 2-year-old there.
They sure
one.
not. No.
In
They've
the
been
rain.
around today.
In the rain.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I told you. What I tell you when we got out of the car? I had
That we wasn't gonna hear nothing.
I'm a little more on the up end of that.
Well, that was good.
Another thing that's really effective, something that I do utilize quite a bit during the spring, is Jake yelps. Something that will add that a little bit of something that everybody else may not, and it's something that really appeals to the aggressive aspect of a gobbler and the territorial aspect of a gobbler, and it's something that he's heard a lot and he knows exactly what it is. And more so, in my opinion, than the sound of the yelp, it's the cadence and the frequency. And when jakes are caulking at like a turkey drumming or something, it's really a sped up, almost like you've kicked a tire down a hill, and it starts really fast and then kind of, you know, gets momentum and goes on and finishes, and it kind of goes something like this. And what I'll do is I'll wait for a turkey to gobble, or if I'm close enough to hear him drum, and I'll respond to his gobble or his drumming with jake yelps. And that really appeals to his competitive aspect, and a lot of times that'll take that gobbler, get him to drift far enough away from his hens to give you a look to make sure that if you're a jake, you know your place and run you off. And if he tries to do that, that often puts him in shotgun range.
Hunter's speed camera did his video with his battery died right before Kelly shot. We have been grinding all day. She missed one this morning right off the roost. We've been mad at him. Done called in 2 more, 2 different times. We went to the house and ate some lunch. She said, I got 2 hours to hunt for. I got to meet my mom. And anyway, we've been walking and calling. Finally, we struck some turkeys. Thought it was just 2 turkeys out in this clear cut right here. Ended up 4 longbeards coming in, and I mean, they took their time coming in. They come down the road and they were close enough for her to kill, but then we was needing them to come to the decoy because Hunter was on the backside of this big white oak right here. And I heard him whisper to Kelly, my battery's about to die, but the turkeys, I mean, they were all together and wouldn't split up.
We ain't took a break to go charge.
Yeah. What are you on your 3rd or 4th battery? But anyway, about 30 seconds after Kelly's battery, or Hunter's battery died, Kelly shot and killed one, a good one too. Here, get up here. I'll grab right there.
Oh, it's heavy.
First one she killed in a couple years.
2 years.
2 years.
That's good.
She was sick this morning.
Yeah, this morning would have been a much prettier option.
Yeah, we had
that was the one I've been waiting on.
We had 2 come right in this morning. I don't know how she missed, but it happened. But
yeah, I don't know how I missed.
She was mad at herself. I was a little mad at her myself. But
I'm about to get carried off by mosquitoes.
yeah, mosquitoes have been on all day.
What you think? Any last words?
Thank y'all for helping me finally get it done today. We put in the work, or y'all did at least. I just showed up.
Me too.
Man, I wish we could have got it on video, which they were wadded up, and it wasn't near as pretty as it was this morning, but we in a pretty spot.
Shit, it's beautiful.
If y'all will see where Hunter was set up right here. Big white oak right here. The turkeys come out of the clear cut. Instead of coming, they gobbled in this corner down there. I thought they was gonna come right through these woods and be perfect, where they come all the way down and got on a road and came to Hunter's hard left, and then they finally come in, got in there in the decoys.
Yeah, about got around too hard.
Yeah.
And Kelly in the tree was gonna be.
Gone. We ain't got no worse luck. I mean, if it ain't missing, it's batteries dying, and we trying to get videoed.
You've been hanging around me too much.
This camera this year is about snake bit us.
No doubt. We've had a dang good year, but when it comes to carrying this stuff around, man.
I heard Hunter say, my battery's about to die, and Kelly said, well, I can't shoot her. And I knew there was a chance we wouldn't get it, but.
She's gonna leave the turkey.
Yeah, she killed one. She redeemed herself from the corner.
Yeah, redemption.
Mossy Oak started in West Point, Mississippi just 25 years ago.
This is home. It's like Mayberry. Everybody knows everybody.
Oh, it's Mayberry, all right. Nobody gets in a hurry around here unless it's hunting season.
I've been cutting them boys' hair for 25 years, and I'm still cutting.
We got to charge old cuz double because his head's so big.
Those guys at Mossy Oak, they know how to tear up a truck.
It always gets worse during hunting season.
Man, the turkeys are gobbling. You got any shit?
Unless things change, the more they stay the same. Got you covered, Barney. Let's go.
I've been hunting as long as I can remember, fishing. My dad was the first one to expose me to the outdoors. The outdoors, to me, isn't about the kill. It's about the camaraderie, the healing, physically, emotionally. First is God and His miraculous hand of healing upon my life, but also the love of the outdoors that he instilled in me was so pivotal in my recovery. After my surgery, the doctor said everything went as expected, but you're not going to walk again. I said, we'll see. If it's God's will for me to walk, I will. If it's his will for me to serve him from a chair, that's what I'll do. Dustin Morrison, Specialist, United States Army Infantry. So from a young age, I had a passion in me, knew that I wanted to serve. My father was a retired major in the Army. He served 27 years. And really that's where that bug, I would say, initiated. I remember as I got older into the high school, my dad, he told me, whatever you do, don't join the Army. You need to join the Air Force. They take care of their people. It's just, that's the route you need to take. So I chose Army Infantry. I listened. Like most 16, 17-year-old boys, I was pretty good at listening. And as soon as I graduated high school, I shipped off to basic training. I graduated basic training in 2009, and in the fall of 2010 is when we were deployed to northeast Afghanistan. We were right on the Pakistan border. We were there from the fall until April, and on April 11th is when my vehicle was struck by a roadside bomb. That morning, we rolled out on mission super early. We had intel on a high-value target that they were going to be in a specific area at a specific time. I remember rolling through this town. Our convoy stopped for a bit, then we got it moving again. And as we rounded a corner on a mountain pass, everything just went black for me. They had 400 pounds of homemade explosives tucked up underneath a culvert with a piano wire run to it. And as soon as our vehicle went over top of it, they detonated that bomb. It instantly took the life of Brent Maher, an amazing soldier, amazing man, a father, a husband, and it injured myself and Nick Jedlicka and Justin Christensen. They medevaced us out from the scene of the accident to Salerno, an Air Force base with the hospital there in Afghanistan. Initially, my leg was severely injured. It split open from my hip to my ankle on the outside, and then my knee to my ankle on the inside, shattered my left femur. My right leg, mid-shin, all the way down to my toes was broken. My talus was in about 17 pieces. I fractured my T5 through T11 in my back. My L2 was a burst fracture, and then I fractured my L1 and L3 as well. My right hand was broken. I had skull fractures, jaw fractures, traumatic brain injury. I broke some ribs, lacerated spleen, kidney. Ammo can hit me in the chin and split my lip open, busted some teeth up. When my femur shattered, it has little yellow fatty tissue on it, like what's on a chicken bone. And that got in my bloodstream and into my lungs. And I also got a blood clot in my left lung. And at one point, there was a gentleman there who I used to serve with who happened to be stationed at Salerno. And they were allowing him to see myself and the others who had been wounded. And he said he's yelling mad, freaking out. He's like, why aren't you guys doing anything? And the doctor told him, it'll be a miracle if this kid lives, and I guarantee he ain't never gonna walk again. So they get to the hospital and they allow my family to come in and see me. And Mom stated that she didn't even recognize me. But Mom said I still had blood coming out of my ears and I looked pretty rough, obviously. Hygiene wasn't the top of their priorities at that time. They had me on a monitor that was opening and closing my lungs for me because of all that damage I'd taken to my lungs. I went into acute respiratory distress syndrome as well. And the doctors explained that that monitor was starting to tear my lungs apart due to the state of my lungs. They informed my family there was one more option. It's called ECMO therapy. It's kind of like kidney dialysis except for the lungs. And it'll take the blood out of your system, reoxygenate it, and then put it back into your system. So I was on this ECMO therapy for about 2 weeks. And that German doctor sits my mom down and says it's time to make a decision. We can't keep him on this forever. We're just at this point delaying the inevitable, is what he said. So Mom went back to the room that night. She prayed, prepared to make a decision the next day. And she gave all the glory to God. She said, Lord, no matter what happens in this situation, I'm gonna use it to glorify you. She said she didn't want to wait until after I'd passed to make that decision. The next morning, my family comes back in like they normally did, and the doctor's got a blank look on his face. He said, I don't know what happened, but he's made a full recovery. He's breathing on his own overnight. That was Easter Sunday, which is even wilder. I'm not at all comparing myself to Jesus, but it's a gentle reminder to me constantly of the grace of our Lord, the healing. It's the same God today as it was for Moses, as it was for David. It's all, the glory's His. After my back surgery, the doctor comes in and sits me down. He said, everything went as expected, but you're not gonna walk again. I said, we'll see. He said, no, son, you gotta be realistic. I said, we'll see. If it's God's will for me to walk, I will. If it's His will for me to serve Him from a chair, that's what I'll do. So at that time, I had no sensation to touch, pinprick in most of my legs, either one. The physical therapy was really just stretching. I had a physical therapist that would move my legs. They would stretch out my legs and my back. And around the first part of July, I got to where I could wiggle my toes and move them. And the physical therapist was like, let's try to stand up. So a couple weeks go by and I'm able to stand longer and longer periods. And the physical therapist was like, let's try to take a step. And I still remember the first step I took. It looked like, to me, it was like a baby foal. You just pick my foot up and it flopped. But that was a big deal. The first step you talk about, walking by faith. I knew from the beginning that God had given me such a peace that surpasses human understanding. There was days that I'd get scared and start to picture a future of what I would miss out on, from playing with my niece and nephews to maybe not being able to have kids. And my mom would gently remind me to never allow my fear to override my faith and what God had already done and was continuing to do in me and through me. So I got to where I could take 2 steps, and then it went to 4 steps. 4 went to 8, and it just rapidly seemed like day over day my steps kept doubling until I was walking a couple hundred steps. If you remember, I was supposed to be there for a year when I got there in June. At the end of August that same year, I was the first person to walk out of that unit. No cane, no crutches, nothing. I walked out. I was sent home with a wheelchair. When I got home, I put that wheelchair in a closet and I haven't since used it. The first year was pretty rough. There was definitely some challenges, but I was bow hunting that first year in October. Sitting on the ground, good buddy Ethan Hess had dropped me off, helped me. Just friends in the outdoors, willing to go above and beyond. It'd have been a lot easier for him to hunt on his own, but he took the time and had the patience to just ensure that I was still able to do what I love to do. And there's been so many people in my life in the outdoor industry that have done the same, and it's truly humbling. So I mentioned it, but obviously Christ, God are the only reasons that I'm healed. But the love of the outdoors that God instilled in me has made such an impact on my recovery. Both physical, spiritual, emotional. Just to be in a peaceful, quiet environment, which is so hard to find in today's world where everything moves so fast and so busy and so stressful, that to be able to come out into the outdoors, into God's creation, to unplug, to connect directly with God, spend time in prayer and taking in His creation. It was really incredible.
Turkeys, 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 there they come. Coming to the decoys, coming to the decoys.
Yes, sir.
Man, heck yeah. What a bird. Congrats.
Thanks,
Old Texas Rio.
What a pretty bird.
They're pretty, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
Check that out, man. Beautiful fan. What a hunt.
What a hunt.
This is Dustin Morrison. He is a medically retired United States Army infantryman. He's a hero. He has been through the gauntlet, defending our freedom, fighting for all of us here in the United States of America so we can do things like this, to go hunting and just be free, man. Just thank you for your service.
Thank you very much.
And this is Dustin's first Texas Rio.
So to see that beautiful, colored out Texas Rio coming right through that picture perfect scene was humbling. It was truly amazing. And more so than the kill, the people that I was able to spend time in camp with, the friendships of a lifetime that I've now built is something I'll keep with me for a long, long time.
Mossy Oak Veterans of Field Foundation, our friend Dave Hentosh with VAF. We're here with Mr. Mike Weeks Jr., the Cuatro Semanas Ranch, other landowners and folks around that are helping, volunteers. We couldn't do it without a multitude, a network of people. It's just a small way for us to say thank you for your service. And then this old guy right here is just icing on the cake. Thank the good Lord that we were able to get him harvested.
Amen.
But even if not, it's about the fellowship, it's about the time spent together, and it's about just enjoying that the Lord let us wake up this morning and just go out here and do it.
I've seen over and over again the healing that comes through these events. And it is because of people like Dave and the Veterans of Field Foundation who do it not for what they'll gain, but to give back, to serve, to truly love these guys and help them move past what they've been through. Whenever something bad happens to you, you got two options. You can either use it as an excuse for everything you do or don't do for the rest of your life, or you use it as fuel to help the next person. And Dave really helps make sure he turns that into fuel and these guys overcome and live above their circumstances.
To Specialist Dustin Morrison, thank you for your service. Everyone at Mossy Oak is honored to know you.
Well, that's another one in the books. Mossy Oak Turkey Season 2025, week 4, and we rolling. And it's hard to believe, but there's more great video coming. We got the best content providers there is out there. And like I say, if you think it's easy, it's not. So from Mossy Oak Go, everybody at Mossy Oak, remind them that app's free. We're not charging you anything. We'll see you next week with Mossy Oak Turkey Season 2025, week 5.